Welcome there, traveller. Please, take a seat, grab a drink, and enjoy the Sunday session.
Okay, so to recap, in the last episode, you were all in Mordekainen's magnificent mansion, and there has
Literally.
Yes.
Yeah.
In both the actual location and inside the spell. There had been a meeting of the War Council. So there was some sort of debate on how to proceed, as well as some planning after the debate kind of ended. There was also a brief duel between Narlag and Mordekainen, as Mordekainen was trying to unlock Narlag's new potential.
And Mordekainen kicks Narlag's fucking ass.
That's why Mordekainen is somebody that people know the name of.
He has a book.
And Narlag is just a guy in this D&D game.
The Wizards of the Coast aren't selling Narlag's Tomb of Foes. Tomb of Foes? Is that a thing?
I think Narlag's Tomb of Foes
Narlag's Tomb of
actually...
Foes is a little appendix or a compendium to Mordekainen's Tome of Foes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's because Narlag doesn't actually end up killing anyone. He just ineffectually slaps at them and run away. The Tome of Narlag's Foes would probably be much bigger, but it'd be like individual names of everyone that has a grudge against him.
That's actually a significant tome. Like the dwarves looking at it and go, damn, that's a hell of a book of grudges.
Damn.
Okay, yeah, you've done the planning, you've done the dueling, you did a bit of a gear up at Blinsky's, which only one person actually sent me a wish list.
Was that me?
Yeah, because we all
Yes.
totally remember that was a thing. That we needed to do. Yes, yeah.
It's alright, I only just remembered it now as you reminded me anyway, so... I believe Mitch was after some more of the aerial demo caltrops.
Yeah, I think I just want bombs.
Oh yeah, you want some grenades.
Yeah.
Was there something that Ross wanted for Wick? Keep it in the sort of... sorry?
A pony.
I mean, that's actually pretty easy.
Nah, that's silly. Don't worry about it.
I mean, we can get you a pony.
Like restocked on the various like shit that he had last time. I can't think of.
Well, you already got your basically your bandolier of vampire fighting bits and pieces that Rudolph.
Yeah.
I'll say Rudolph Octavio is basically his two names lumped into one now. He put together essentially
Not Helsing.
Van Not Helsing, yeah.
Stan Helsing.
Dan Hexung.
Jan Helsing.
Basically, he put together baby's first vampire killing kit. A couple of steaks, some garlic,
Some rosemary.
and thyme.
What kind of babies does this guy have?
Not many, if this is what he sends them off with. I mean, what? But,
On my tea.
And we've got that is one thing I will have like sort of arranged. Like I don't know, like a little hidden like a scab, like a little pouchy type thing that I can have like on my back for the sun sword.
Yep.
And the fake sun sword that we had made for Ulrich.
Which you basically, those things you have. So you,
Well, wouldn't you need me to carry that?
that's the
Yeah,
plan.
you've got the fake one, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking is the real one is I've got it like hidden in an accessible way, sort of. That's what I was sort of thinking. I don't have that one like on my hip, sort of. But yeah, that was what I was thinking.
I can't quite remember, but did Blinsky have like flashbang grenades?
You definitely have the fragmentation ones. Let's see if there is an equivalent in...
Yeah, what we definitely need is more ways of making bright lights.
Yeah.
That's not sunshine, though, so just, yeah.
I mean, like, throw it as a distraction, or, we're running away from it, throw it behind us, somebody's chasing us, they get blinded, we can keep running.
I mean, ideally, a grenade just that's filled with wooden stakes would be the best plan.
So we need a jet-powered wood chipper.
Yep. I'm sure he can make something like that. He's pretty good.
Choices are frag, smoke, or tangler grenades.
Was the Tangler the one that I was getting?
No, that's
It's a Pokemon. Don't worry about it.
I like it.
That's Tangela.
What did I say?
You didn't say anything. You just said it was a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, get off my back, Jesus.
I'm not on your back. I'm on my chair.
So, yeah, I feel like we got all the stuff we need, and if it turns out later on we need something that we didn't sort of address right now, we can have a flashback to the planning stage where we had gotten it.
This is
Yeah,
this
totally
is like
remember.
a really
This-
bad
this is-
anime where
this is
everything
Honey
is just a
Heist.
flashback now.
Yeah, we can honey heist this shit. It's cool. No?
It's like, oh, our plan's going real bad. You remember when we had a better plan?
Yeah.
Fuck, what was the?
Be like, oh, actually, when he walked through that door over there, what he didn't know is we actually, like, before all of this happened, like, there was some traps and, like, he died from it.
You son of a bitch! I'm in.
That was
This is like in Dadlands where I packed a gun. Remember? Yeah.
there's a Batman comic that I've read, and it's set like way off in the future, and it's Batman's son is like the new Batman sort of thing. It's the alternate sort of future thing, and the conceit it's like the this future Gotham City where like there's a more ruthless Batman in the thing, and his trick is that he's been spending the last 30 years training to be this Batman, and he's booby-trapped every single building in Gotham City. So, like, it's in a random location where he chases a criminal down to, and it's just like pulls out a little remote control and blows up the booby trap that was underneath where the guy was standing. Because he has booby traps everywhere.
That is
I mean,
either
I can get
genius
behind
or absolute sheer paranoia at its nth degree.
Batman.
I mean, it's
Absolute
Batman.
sheer troll. Just the ultimate prankster.
That's basically
He's
the
Joker
Batman-
taken to the literal extreme.
Yeah, that's basically the Batman if he was a Joker as well.
Well, no, actually, no, they did that. That was the Batman who laughs. He's fucking terrifying.
It's awful. It's awful. DC comics are awful.
Yeah. They have the coolest villains, though.
Do they?
I mean, you can't tell me that the Riddler's not the best.
I
We
could definitely.
can-
I could.
we could-
The
we
Riddler's
can do
not
that.
the best. I didn't even blink.
Riddle me this.
He might be the worst. He may actually he's a guy, and he's explicitly worse at doing his thing than anybody else.
I don't know. Condiment King was pretty fucking bad, too.
I mean, sure, but Condiment King doesn't explicitly leave a clue to what he's doing for the person who solves clues to find. I just,
The man does.
I mean, he might. He. All right.
His clue is mustard.
He literally shot ketchup and mustard at people as a way of making.
I dig that. Though. That's shit. That's
Really was this when DC were
so
trying to do some sort of tie-in with McDonald's or Burger King?
Could be. I remember he was in Batman animated.
It's in Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
Why though?
Fuck, man. I don't know.
DC comics are wild.
Old school Aquaman is still my favorite superhero. He's just flamboyant and happy and just parties hard no matter what the fuck he's doing.
He just talks to fish. That's all he does.
Talks at fish.
Actually, that's a good point.
Hey boss, I thought you said he sleeps with the fishes. Alright. Just editing all that out.
So, breakpoint. Yep.
Minutes.
Yep, cool.
There we go. Cool.
Let's
Awesome.
I mean,
Start
you can
playing
just
D&D.
you can
Somebody-
just start here. Like,
Somebody
just
got to
cut out
recap the
everything
last
before
episode.
now.
But yeah, you guys have your various equipment. You have your fake sun sword. You have your frag. You have a new complement of 6 frag grenades. Ulrich. You have your area denier caltrop wind up clockworky things that we've never really named. Blinsky's still workshopping many things. Spiky spider webs is his favourite so far.
Sparky spiderwebs.
That can be workshopped.
Yeah, he needs to work on his branding.
Blinsky, the man who is all about branding, needs to work on his branding.
He's all about it. He's not good at it.
Fucking burn.
He did choose Jester as his as his sort of icon or iconography. So yeah, there's some things went wrong in the brainstorming stage. But yeah, Blinsky is where he's at, and Wick is basically restocked on his various
Kit.
yeah, basically pretty much stocked back up on his silver liquids and if you want,
I
to add a
remember
couple other
chatting
liquids-
about how I needed a diamond.
You did mention that.
You did
Did
that.
I? Did I
You
end
got
up
it.
getting one?
You got it from the Burgermeister.
Yeah, cool.
No,
Yeah.
no, he didn't give that up. He very explicitly didn't give that up.
No, he did.
He did.
He gave him the ring.
Yep.
He's got a diamond ring. And he's
Um,
going to give it back if he doesn't use it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we guilted him about it.
Right.
I think we guilted him.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
I had
Right.
a very funny line that I was very proud of, where you did this whole thing to get a diamond out of him. And then I was like, excellent. Now, what I need is an emerald.
Yeah. It is the morning of. It's mid-morning because of the duel with Mordekainen and Narlag, and then your time down in Valaki, checking in with Blinsky and Rudolph Rictavio, and watching the township be armed and ready. It is. I believe we left with you guys walking out of Blinsky's and walking down the street and a zoom away. Yeah.
Do we do it in a cool, like, the three of us are lined up and we're walking, like, in slow-mo?
I feel like that's how I described it.
Yep.
Cool.
So we were going to... The plan was we were going to get Wayu to teleport us into the castle when the time was right.
Yep.
Does that have to happen from Mordenkainen's mansion? Is that the...
It has to
Okay.
happen from one of the teleportation circles.
pretty much
So,
important?
you got the one in Mordekainen's, you got the one that's in... There's one in Valaki. That's
Okay.
in the coffin maker's house. There's also the one in the Amber Temple, but I don't suggest using that one.
It's probably a bad idea to go there.
That's probably one of the real bad ones.
That'd be a fun side quest.
It'd be an interesting side quest. Wouldn't necessarily call it fun.
No more side quests!
This is now we're on main story missions at this point. Like we're about to hit that little button. Like if you progress past this point, you
Got it.
might not be able to come back.
We're making a fresh save slot for this one, and we're like abandoning all the other side quests that we haven't done yet. With
No,
just
I'm going to
focusing
stop
on
you
the main
there.
one.
I'm not going to let you save scum.
Yeah, I was about to say, does that mean we're going to actually checkpoint at this point? Checkpoint competence.
It's too late. I've already done it. All right. Well, we can wait in Valaki while the force assembles and draws out thing, and then we can, I don't know, be waiting there for the right moment for Wayu to send us through the teleportation circle in the Coppermaker's house. Right? Hey, Wayu, where is he? Where is that fucking guy?
Where is that fucking guy? Is he going to be here?
Yeah, where's that wizard at?
I suppose I got to do fucking Wayu now. Oh wait.
Are you? Oh, yeah.
Where is our wizardly friend anyway?
Hello.
Hello.
What voice did Wayu do? It was just
Trevor
It was
just
just-
used his
it was
regular
just Trevor.
It
voice.
was just Trevor. It was just Trevor. Yeah.
You got to do a Trevor
He-
impression now.
he-
Trevor's going to have to listen to you do a Trevor impression.
He's not gonna listen.
Okay, that's a fair point. He never listens.
You could do like a pompous intellectual. I think that was the idea for Wayu, but whatever. Go with what your heart tells you.
So pompous intellectual.
Wick, you get a voice in your head.
Different to the
And
other
it's
voices.
just like, when you're ready to go, meet me at the teleportation circle in the town.
Yeah, I think that wizard bloke is talking in me brain parts. I think we should, if everyone's got all their business together, maybe we should make our way to that teleport circle. What's it? I think it's the moment, isn't it?
You hear another one. You hear another voice in your head. It's like, common courtesy is that when someone talks to you, you respond.
Oh, and then I telepathically back say, "Sorry, I was not aware that I could telepathically sort of communicate. This is a first for me. Over."
It's the first for you, but you know to say over at the end.
That's just
Roger.
common courtesy. Who's Roger?
Dude, none of our plan involved Irina at all, did it?
It did. So
She gave birth yesterday.
There was
That. Yeah.
part of the plan before we actually all right, battle starting, everybody in positions, was that we were going to have a big meetup or something. Like I asked you about that at the end of near the end of last session. You said that was a thing that was going to happen.
You can do that.
Yep. In that case, I'm going to cast a spell. Yes, I'm gonna do a thing.
I'm on
This
the,
is why
I'm on the edge of my seat.
This is why I want to be able to cast spells. Well, I can do this.
So it was Wick's like, I'm going to walk.
I'm going to cast this would have to be 5-10 minutes before everything really kicks off. Rary's telepathic bond.
Who's?
Sorry?
Who's?
Rary's telepathic bond.
How's it going to
So-
help you?
You forge a telepathic link among up to 8 willing creatures of your choice within range, psychically linking each creature to all others for the duration. Creatures with intelligence scores of 2 or less, sorry, Ulrich, aren't affected by the spell.
Burn.
Okay.
Until
I
the
have my
spell
horse
ends.
around.
Until the spell ends, the targets can communicate telepathically through the bond, whether or not they have a common language. Communication is possible over any distance, though it can't extend to other planes of existence.
Damn.
Yep.
And what spell slot was that? Because that's baller.
That's a 5th level spell.
So
Yeah.
that's basically the Marvel communicators that seem to just work no matter where they are with whoever they want to talk to, just
Yeah.
plot convenience.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's everyone can keep up to date on the battle. Everyone could go all right, we're in. You guys can pull back. Who needs a summon?
So who's getting it?
Well, obviously the 3 of us.
Okay, as it stands right now, in the town of Valaki, Rudolph and Blinsky are equipping people. Meanwhile, the Burgomaster, Lord Volokovich, is organizing the troops essentially. Basically, going, you folks with the spears, you'll be on this flank. You with the swords and shields, you will be at the front. And basically organizing people into some semblance of a military order. Who else is there? Baba Lysaga is just sort of skulking around and getting a lot of very uncomfortable sideways looks and uncomfortable glances from most of the civilianry. Mordecai is back in his mansion, with Irina and Ismark. And who else is in there?
The Burgomaster, probably? Oh, wait, no, you just said he was there.
What's his name? Izek?
Izek is with with Lord Volokovich.
Right. I would say the main characters get it. So
you're basically going to be communication hub for the other two in your party. You're obviously not going to put it on Ulrich and Wick, are you?
if there's enough space, then I'll try to put it on.
You said there was 8 people, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, now you got to count off the 8 people you want to have in your network.
Alright, so Blinsky's probably not going to be on the front lines. Like, is that a fair assumption? Like, I'm assuming we've discussed this, and Blinsky's been like, "No, I'm the person who makes the shit. I'm not the person who uses the shit."
He is essentially the quarter stores.
He is, but his monkey.
The
his
equipment.
monkey fucks shit up.
He's basically like the one that controls the or basically all the equipment.
Right.
So.
So we've got.
It's sort of important who you've got in your on your subnet right now.
Rictavio, Mordenkainen, myself as the first 3. Baba Lysaga, the Burgermeister, Irina.
You're letting Baba Yaga in your brain.
Well, she's already been in his head.
That's a good point. And your intestines.
So we're doing Baron Volokovich.
Yep. Now I have the choice of either. Well, I can. Oh, there's no one else that I really need to add that are
And
NPCs.
Irina was there, was it?
Yep. So that's 6 in total.
That
I
is
think.
6.
So there's.
Just so we're clear, us having like a telepathic means of communication from a stealth point of view would be incredibly useful for the next part.
So my consideration is either I do the both of you guys, or I do Izek as well, and one of you misses out.
Also, like, you don't really have a good reason why you wouldn't include Wyu in that mix. He's getting us in there.
This is true.
Ostensibly, he's coming with us as well, right? Or is that's not clear yet?
Unknown.
Unknown. How about you approach this from what would make sense rather than trying to optimize for everything?
Well, okay, it makes sense that whoever's on the front lines gets it. And you two are also on the front lines. Wyu's not yet on the front lines. We don't know if he's actually going to be on the front lines. And so, Infiltration team gets it. Izek, he'll be with the Burgermeister the entire time. He's not going to leave his side, so he's fine.
So Ulrich and Wick. That's your 8.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so the various Mordecai was on there, was he? Yes, he was. The various parties essentially start once the township has basically been militarized. Izek starts to lead them on a march, so essentially to the fields before Castle Ravenloft. The rest of the War Council gather around you 3. Is that? Well, this is Mordekainen. Well, the time is upon us. Is everyone committed?
Does anyone have a
we
big
can
speech?
be. Should we
I'm having second thoughts about all this. I think I gotta. No, it's okay. Okay, no, I got it. I was worried for a minute there, but no, I'm cool. I got it.
If we fail at this, the whole of existence has a chance to explode. So I suggest we don't.
No pressure.
And I roll persuasion as a way of inspiring the troops.
Persuasion.
I don't like. Would it be persuasion or just straight up charisma?
Performance.
Yes, it feels more like performance if you're just going to try and...
You barding out on us right now?
I got an 18 plus 4.
Well, you're convincing. I'll give you that. Like your years in mimicry and everything like that has let you sort of put on the face of someone with confidence.
You got a William Wallace thing going on right now.
But
Lift up your skirt.
Oh yeah, because Narlag is looking like Irina now. That was one of the whole things, is Irina's going to feed him lines.
I thought you guys dumped that idea because it was a dumb idea.
Yeah, I thought we did too.
I'm not saying it's not me saying it's a dumb idea, but I think other people in the room at the time didn't quite understand why that was going to be a thing.
It was an option that you can employ, but I mean, you don't have to commit to it right now.
It was an option, assuming that he doesn't get within, 20 steps of you and immediately realize. As soon as he sees you, he's going to realize.
Here's the question. Don't ask our permission. Do you look like Irina right now?
Yeah, I look like Irina right now. Because that was part of the thing I requested from Blinsky, was Irina-style clothes, so I look like Irina, I have Irina-style weaponry, and a neck guard. So if Strahd goes, that looks like Irina, bite time!
And a neck guard. Why doesn't everyone have one of those? Just like a steel collar is like, well, I can't move my head, but fuck, I'm not getting eaten by a vampire.
I would like a chainmail
Actually,
scarf.
is that
if
something
it's at all
Blinsky
possible.
can make?
I can't make that many all at once.
I mean, he only needs to make 3 or 4.
And what makes you 3 so much more important than my own neck?
I mean, because we're going to actually see Strahd?
Oh, ouch. I'm in the room still.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're worried about. You're already wearing a suit of fucking armor.
No, I'm just saying, it'd be
I would
useful to
assume it would have, some kind of circlet set up in your neck area, you scaled monster.
You can see that Rictavio is basically champing at the bit. He is very, very eager. He's basically got a hand on a weapon at pretty much all times, and is all but doing the thing that dogs do when they're they know they're going to go for a walk. They're motioning towards the door. He wants at this now.
He's got the tippy taps.
He's got the tippy taps.
I'm just on the quiet, nudging these guys, just being let's just keep an eye on Rictavio. I think he might be a little bit over keen. Might blow it for us if we let him, sort of.
Well, he's not coming with us though, is he?
Well, let's just make sure he doesn't fuck it up by trying to come with us or something like that. Let's just keep an eye on him, is all I'm saying.
Again, I'm not doing an Irina voice because I can't do a women's voice at all.
I think you definitely need to do an Irina voice.
No, we tried that last time, remember?
You fresh!
Women's voice, women's voice!
There you go. You said
See?
you couldn't do it. That was brilliant.
We are ladies!
Ladies! Well, alright.
No, don't you shake your head at me, Graham. What are you eating there? I bet it's delicious.
I think it's cheese and crackers.
And crackers.
Mordecai is in there we have a little bit of time still because I don't believe that Strahd will try and face me when the sun is still high. Even though his will and his machinations are what prevents the sun from coming through, it would still leave him in a slight disadvantage if he were to fight me while it is daytime.
What a fucking pussy.
What a creature that lives for 400 plus years.
Pussy.
Oh yes.
I mean, have you lived for 400 years?
Yes.
Have you?
No.
I was going to say, insight check?
So, with this, I guess, in case we don't see each other again soon, or at all, Fight hard, fight well, fight for tomorrow.
And good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Mr. Narlag, you always have a way of undermining every moment.
Levity is the strong suit of every Australian alive.
And you've done nothing but prove you're Australian.
Right.
Mike Crikey.
Bonza crocky, dingo dingo, ate my baby.
Struth. There's shaking
Dingo
the sauce
ate my
bottle.
You know, when you really want to go ham on your own culture, it's actually really fucking hard.
And it's fun.
And it's Australia, and then again, like Australia has no real culture. Come on, we're a bunch of white idiots.
Drongos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flamin' drongos.
Bunch of yobos we are.
Okay. Mordecai sort of walks off at this point. I'm assuming at this point you've cast your spell upon the group, and the Baron walks alongside him. Babala Saga is sort of looking at him, looking at him with his her head sort of tilted slightly to the side with his grin, and is like, "There's a dead man walking. There's no way he could possibly face Strahd and survive. Strahd will take his juices."
Whose idea was it to bring her
Don't
on
want
our
to hear
side?
about the juices.
I will go do my part as we agreed. Lady Irina and Lady Irina. One of you will be on the throne by day's end.
Excellent.
Night's end. There you go. Well done.
I can't wait.
All right,
sit on
Narlag
the
on the
throne.
throne. That's what Narlag needed to do to get on the throne.
Where are my corgis?
Okay, you've swung a little bit too hard on that one. But Babala Saga sort of takes a few steps away down a slight corridor, and you hear this sort of faint pop sound, and a small puff of green smoke sort of whiffs out of the area, and she is off.
Cool.
What else we got? Rictavio is there with you. He's like, "Well, gents, shall we?"
Let's do this.
When do we go in?
Well,
I thought we
you
sort of
coming with
agreed
us?
that you were going to be on the.
I surely couldn't miss this.
I thought you
It's
were
going to be the greatest achievement of my life.
I thought you were going to be on the front lines with
Oh, no, I'll have that all covered. There's no way they need me out there.
I'm gonna
There's
like
one more body on the field. I'd rather be there with you and getting the. Seeing
I
you
like-
up
you would
close.
rather be, yes.
I'm gonna put like an arm around Rictavio, and I'm like, "Listen, mate,
We can't hear you, Ross.
you can't hear me. Hold on, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can.
Okay, I'll like put my arm around Rictavio, and I'll be like, "Listen, mate," and I'm like sort of leading him away, like towards where the assembled masses are sort of getting ready for the big push, and I'm like, "Listen, I don't really have any faith in these two chuckle fucks to like actually get this done. I think what I need is you there backing up Mornkind, fucking like just shanking that Strahd motherfucker like before it even gets to us. Like, look, you're gonna have a better opportunity there on the front lines, like just ganking him like where he's not expecting it. It's not even gonna get to us. And
I mean,
look,
all-powerful wizard compared to us.
all-powerful wizard and like masterful vampire hunter, he isn't going to stand a chance. Whereas, look, you've seen these two. Look, it's going to be enough keeping them alive in there. We aren't even. If you take him out before he even comes back to the castle,
Roll persuasion.
sure it's not deception.
Is he still in earshot?
Who? Which one? What?
Is Wick still within some kind of earshot?
Of you.
Yeah.
Can I emphasize this by like trying to figure out which end of the sword to pick up?
Yeah, like that was my exact point. Like, could I help him by just doing something dumb?
I think you've well done that already over the last 2 years. I think that's well covered.
Well, he sort of takes a glance over and sees Narlag in his draggy best.
Literally has the appearance of Irina.
Very convincing draggy best.
Picking his nose.
And he looks at Ulrich, like up to his knuckle in his nose.
We haven't decided which knuckle and which foot.
We're both just standing there with our fingers up our noses, just going
Hello.
like...
And I'm actually considering getting my sword out and using that to help.
You're taking a minute.
Really get some leverage on those ones right at the back there.
You're standing next to each other. You're both picking your nose. You're like going, "This isn't any good." Then you swap sides. Gross. That's an advantage on the persuasion, right? That's what we were just engineering.
That's what I'm trying for.
Go for it. Get your advantage. You do you.
I rolled a 19.
He sort of looks over at those at Tweedly and Tweedledum and back over at you and is like, "But surely with those two, you're going to need all the help you can get." But
You,
I do agree. Like, I'm going to know where he's at, where our quarry is going to be, or he's going to come out for this fight.
Yeah,
I can't miss that opportunity. Look, if I can take him down before you guys, well, all the more glory for me. I think you're doing yourself out of it. I think you're gonna hide hide in that castle and try and just pinch the riches for yourself.
look, if there's some riches there, I'm not going to say no. You know me.
But there's going to be a whole castle to explore once he's dead. So...
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
At that, he sort of like goes like, "Well, when I've got the job done, I'll meet you in the castle. We'll find the biggest gold statue to pilfer." And he sort of secures his weapons and I'm going to say trots. He trots up to the front line and takes a position next to Izek and Baron Velokovich.
Oh, he's so fucking dead. He's so dead.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker is dead as shit.
Are we talking about the Baron or what's his name?
Octavio.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking
Octavio
about
is
us.
so dead. Sorry.
No. Like, you even convinced me with that role. Like, he's a real capable guy. He's going to take it out before you guys even see Strahd.
Well, all right. Maybe he will. Roll to see if he will.
Oh, wait, I gotta roll. Oh, I rolled a d4, and I still rolled bad.
Oh, no.
What's that face, Mitch?
It's my incredulous face.
Irina and Izek are the last couple that are still around.
I think I'm gonna miss you the most.
Irina is sort of giving Narlag a real sort of look over, is like, I don't know whether to be insulted or complimented.
I think it's
This is
I
your
think it's
exact
definitely
appearance,
insulted.
aside from when you were pregnant.
Well, I don't normally hold myself up at that's such a, well, for a lack of a better term, perky nature. I feel like you're taking some liberties. But-
Disguise is something Narlag is... Okay, he's not actually proficient in it. Deception is something he's proficient in. Narlag has posed as many people before. This is something he knows how to do. He ain't fudging this.
Disguise he's not proficient in. Lechery he is.
Excuse you. Lechery is not something he was proficient in.
Just came naturally.
I mean, we're 4 dudes. So, yeah.
But yeah, she basically comes up to you and so starts like adjusting the clothing and everything to actually make it more the way she wears it, so it sits in a similar sort of position. She sort of pulls like the straps of the actual the armor plating a lot tighter, so they actually fit right up against the body rather than flopping around. Because when was the last time you actually wore armor?
This isn't armor. That's the thing. This isn't actually armor. Nalak can't wear armor.
Okay, adjusting the illusion.
Yeah.
So she's like goes to like change bits and pieces, realizes her hand goes through it. She goes, just fix this up. It looks ridiculous. But you've never swung a sword. You've never worn steel.
Do I look like the kind of person that's ever swung a sword?
You look like me, so you should look like it.
Do you want me to give him a few pointers?
Sick
Oh,
bird.
Fine,
Is Mitch
Mom.
frozen with that
I think
face?
Mitch froze in that face.
Yes.
I didn't get to see that face. Everyone else froze. What happened?
Here's a fun part. Because I'm recording, it also records the video. I'll go back and I'll get a screenshot of that because you just like this.
It's gonna be your new profile picture, Mitch.
It actually will be. I'll use that.
We'll make it into a GIF, a little 5-second GIF of a frozen image. That'll confuse the fuck out of everyone. It's like, why is this GIF not working? But yeah. And I said GIF because I'm a fucking human being, not a fucking animal.
I mean, yeah.
I'm taking it out of the GIF people.
Fuck the GIF people.
Alright. She's done adjusting your image. And she's like, I'm going to take my position on the front line as well. I will be doing it in riding cloaks to cover my visage. But I can't miss this. I can't sit back and not help where I can.
I'd at least suggest that you stay away from the main battle. Maybe
Well, I'm not
stay
gonna-
near Baba Lysaga.
Despite the deal I and you have brokered with Baba Lysaga, I don't want to associate with her any more than I have to. I'm not going to volunteer to be by her side during this period.
That's fair.
And Ismark sort of steps forward, like, and I'll be there beside her, making sure she is safe. Don't you worry about that, Mr. Narlak.
He's
Okay.
Mr. Robot Arm now, isn't he?
No, that's Izek.
That's Izek.
Who did you just... I thought you said Izek.
There's a
Ismark
lot of I names going in this
Ismark
game.
is the
so-
adoptive brother. Sorry, Izek is the adoptive brother. Ismark. No, sorry, Ismark
Oh, you
is the
said...
adoptive
Oh, I
brother.
thought you said
Right.
Izek. Okay, yeah. I don't remember now.
Burgermeister's son.
Yeah.
Burgermeister with cheese.
Burgermeister Jr.
Damn it! Damn it! I was working on that one too. Okay. With that, the two of them depart as well, and sort of join the column of marching troops. And it's basically it's columns of like rows of 4 marching out of Valaki and down the road and heading towards along the road that leads to the village of Barovia. And the
I was literally just about to do that. Yeah, it's good, but yeah. You were about a second ahead of me. I had to swallow the chips first.
At a certain point, there is a sort of a marching song that does sort of rise up to keep people moving at pace that I can't pull
Everyone
at a
that's
moment's notice.
Everyone that's linked with the telepathy just starts hearing. What is that?
You
Shut
know what
Up and
that spell
Jam by
is?
Quad City DJs.
Have you seen Sense8? That's what your
Sorry?
spell is.
Oh, yeah. Like even down to the number.
Don't they swap minds and sense?
Well, yeah, they can actually swap bodies, so it's not quite the spell, but like it's close.
That's the level 6 version of it.
Yeah, because I was just remembering that they had episodes where they all started singing together, and that's pretty much what this is.
I like it.
If none of you, if anyone,
I've not watched Sense8, but I
if
know
you
I
haven't
should.
seen it, you need to watch it. It's a good show.
Okay.
But yeah, you just start hearing the Space Jam theme song.
I don't actually know the Space Jam theme song.
What? You're in the age range to have watched it.
I haven't watched
I mean,
Sense8.
probably, but I don't
I'm
remember.
disappointed in all of you.
I don't
I've
need
seen
to.
fucking Space Jam.
I'm disappointed.
I
in
don't
half
need
of
to.
you.
The McElroy brothers have referenced it enough for me to know basically the entire plot.
Bugs Bunny saves the universe.
And the basketball player was there.
Pretty much.
No, he was a baseball player at the time.
He
He
was.
was a baseball player at
Actually
the
was, yeah.
time.
Only because he owned the team.
The world's greatest basketball player. I want to go play baseball. Idiot.
Okay.
I mean,
And
that's what he
did-
started out doing, but
Okay. Back on target. On target.
I don't think we're going to stay on target.
no. You've mad at us, right?
For the next sort of hour, there is basically just a constant column of troops leaving Valaki. And as the sort of the last dregs of people go out, and the rolling of carts of supplies and ammunition and everything wheel out of the place, the whole town is just met with this very, very silent pull. It is eerily quiet.
We could take over the town.
You could, but it's currently a town of fuck all. So,
Yeah, true.
welcome to being the king of fuck all.
I mean, that's pretty what Barovia is.
If
really.
you said that, like, you know, it's been about an hour, that means the spell would have worn off.
Cool. Moving on.
Why'd you let me cast it?
I didn't know you only had an hour on it. Why did you think that was going to be useful? This whole thing's going to definitely take more than an hour.
I
Yeah,
said
there's
I
no-
want to do it 5 minutes before the actual battle.
They have to travel to a fucking like a hill on the other side of Barovia.
Yeah,
where
they
the
can
battle's gonna take
teleport.
place.
Yeah, but
Can't
like you
teleport
would have to
that many
teleport to
people.
them and then teleport back.
Fine, there's probably no point in using it then. Can I uncast that spell?
Let's all go back in time.
Retcon!
Well, I got that list written down and everything. Right. Yeah, you're in Valaki. It's essentially a vacant town at this point. There's there's a few elderly folk around and a few people that are just not battle ready, but pretty much anyone that could lift a weapon has joined the troops.
We have doomed an entire town, and if not more, to death.
Yeah, unless you win.
Hey, don't agree with that, Ryan.
we've doomed an entire town to death.
Look, if we don't win this, then
wait,
the
wait,
entire
wait.
universe
Are you
is
saying?
doomed.
Are you saying that in character?
Yeah,
'Cause I feel like that is a interesting thing to say in character.
Yeah, sure, I'd say that.
Discuss.
Do you really think that we've doomed an entire town?
I think we've pretty much doomed an entire universe, but we'll give it a red hot try. Mars will help.
Okay, your optimism is just flowing toward everyone.
I mean, he's going to kill you two. Like, I'll survive, but
Fine, whatever.
Well, cool. I guess we're not doing this anymore now.
No. As I said,
I mean,
I'll
we-
survive.
We're kind of don't really
I-
have a choice here. Either we do it or everyone dies.
Now,
No,
now,
we should
now we
go.
have absolutely no faith in the composition of the party because one of us has said that they're going to leave the other two to die. Hey, this was a bad thing for you to say just now.
No, I'm not going to leave you to die. I'm going to try my darndest to keep you alive.
We'll be fine, Wick.
And scene.
Well, it's clear that the somber tone of Barovia is finally beginning to sink into the skull of our paladin.
Oh no, he's immortal. He will live. Like,
He's immortal. Well, so far he's proved that true.
he's still alive.
He also doesn't understand the concept of life expectancy.
Yeah, or what immortality actually means. But, yeah.
Canonically, Dragonborn are the dumbest. At this point, you can sort of tell that the sun is beginning to head towards the western horizon, and it's probably time to start getting geared up to go.
Alright, let's pop into that teleportation circle and head on out.
So, making your way through town, again, eerie quiet. There's a couple of places where the doors are just sort of slightly ajar and they're just sort of swinging slightly in the breeze. There is a couple of woven, like a woven, like a lantern shroud that sort of has fallen to the ground. It's just like blowing across the ground, and it is, aside from the breeze coming through, it is still. There is no real noise coming from the township. You make your way down to the coffin maker's shop. There has been some level of vandalism on the place. Some enterprising folks have written in. Well, you probably assume it's some sort of horse manure or something along those lines, but they've smeared the walls and the windows with words like traitor, turncoat,
Turd.
Who
This is a colossal turd
Who's
They
this?
just wrote the word colossal in horse manure.
in turd.
Whose house? Sorry.
This is the coffin maker. This is the one that had basically
The
been
guy that we caught with the bones.
caught with the bones and had been letting vampires in.
I think that was actually the origin of Timmy No Bones.
I believe that's at least where he really found his
Yeah.
found his leg to stand on.
I can see you smiling there, Ross.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Little Timmy No Bones.
The
He's gonna get
the
shit
front door has been sort of cracked out. And you can see the lights has been broken. The kitchen area and the shop floor area on the ground floor. Most of the coffins that are in there have been sort of rolled over and smashed. Basically, this place has been looted as well as vandalized. There's a lot of like splinters
I
of.
feel like there's not that much to loot in a coffin store.
Coffins.
Coffins, yeah.
Yeah, you turn the wood into
It's
stakes.
it's probably going to be a growth industry, in Valaki going forward. You know, if your view on things is anything to judge by.
Ouch. But yeah, there's like there's shards of timber and like scraps of not velvet, but like just like fabric lining that are sort of torn up around the place. The counter has been tipped over and shattered. But yeah, you know that the teleportation circle was upstairs in a storage area. So heading up there, this place again is all upstairs has been ransacked. Through the bedroom and everything like the wardrobe has been opened up and stripped out, and basically people are looking for any sort of sign of like payoff, like that if this guy has basically gone
what
into
was he getting from betraying everyone?
Yeah, what was it? I forgot his reasoning.
That's what they've been looking for. They assume that the only way that someone would do anything like this is if they got paid real well.
Wasn't
Or
his reason
threatened
family
real
or
bad.
something? I forget.
Yeah, that was the reason he gave. That doesn't mean that everyone believed that.
It's most people's reasoning.
But yeah, you get through to that storage room, and you can see sort of carved into the timbers is a permanent teleportation circle. And standing nearby is an older gent that you're quite familiar with. At least two of you are definitely quite familiar with. Portly gent, long beard, slightly greying. Well,
It's the angel.
Yeah, who's this?
this is why you.
Who's that?
Who?
Yeah, who?
Well,
Who are you?
Good to see you again. Shall we head in?
he sort of squints slightly at you, Nala. He's like, you need to work on the voice. So, one-way trip to Castle Ravenloft coming right up, hey?
Hopefully there's a return fare.
That's a future you problem.
You're not coming with us, Mr. Little.
I've not yet got my protections up to stop the previous from happening. And you don't want Strahd to have an ally of my power.
Fair enough. Also, good news.
You can just say you're afraid. It's fine. No one's gonna think less of you than we already do. It's all right.
At this point, he's several levels lower than us. So, technically, we're more powerful.
Tell me why.
If Trev actually decides to come back and start playing YU again, I'm sure he'd suddenly have a couple of levels up. He's been spending time in Mordenkainen's laboratories and/or library. He's probably getting some experience there.
It's some experience or a very worked out right bicep.
More of a tricep exercise. Get it right.
Fine. Is that
Not the way he does it.
Yeah, he's a lefty. Okay. He sort of steps onto the circle and sort of just moves his right hand in this sort of these circular motions, and after sort of chanting a couple of words, the runes carved into the ground start to sort of light up and glow. You can hear like an audible hum in the air, and then with a sort of a flash, all the runes sort of interconnect in this sort of circular pattern, and the whole floor seems to sort of like vibrate and move like it's made of water, and then a portal pops up in mid space right in front of you, and it's sort of like a blue sort of shivering. Like, I haven't been through and to check this other side. I just know of its existence within the castle. I cannot tell you for certain exactly where it turns up.
So we're on the second floor of the Copper Makers right now.
Yeah.
Can we look out the window and see like Castle Ravenloft? Can we see like the hill where they're going to be staging the fight, sort of thing? Can we see any action going on right now?
You certainly can. Essentially, you can tell at this point that the sun is basically just finished setting on the far side of the essentially the way you're facing behind you. You can see in the very distance, basically columns of troops lining up in battle formations. You also see basically just like a pouring black mass coming out from the castle gates, and also through the air from the castle, as well as encroaching out of the forests on either side of this large clearing, this large field.
What you're saying is we're watching the end of The Lord of the Rings.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Do we have an army of ghosts on our side?
You've got one.
Do we have a ghost?
Oh yeah, the sword. It's technically kind of a ghost.
Two
All
then.
Oh, who's the other one?
Oh, yeah, Korik.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I mean,
let's
go.
Just need a couple hundred more, and then we can really clean up.
So this portal is sort of like just humming in front of you.
But
and
how are the ghosts going to hold mobs?
As you sort of see the last of the light from the sunset sort of blink out of existence, you just hear this booming voice that sounds like it's just yelling at you from like 10 feet away, but you know it's coming from the castle. And it's like, wizard! You are not the coward I thought you were. You face me, and you face me with your people.
That's your Strahd now, is it?
I love it. I love it.
This is kind of the Strahd that I sort of lent on a little bit in the previous episodes.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like sort of Reinhardt-ish.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Nuclear vessels.
Nuclear vessel. And you can see from your position that Mordekainen is at the front. He's standing there in his full resplendence. You can see that his staff.
Wait, sorry. How far away is all this?
It's quite a way off, but you can sort of see the light from him. And yeah, he casts quite a shadow. And you hear just this laugh coming from the castle. It's like, I will kill you, wizard, and I'll eat every single one of all of you. And this sort of burst of bats comes screeching out of the spires. In the center of them is the mother of all bats, this this giant ass bat. It's a one solid
Giant ass bat?
Yeah, giant. Yeah, because that. Yeah.
It's just a set of bat wings attached to a giant butt.
Yeah.
I had a dream like that once.
Butt bats.
Hot.
No,
Okay.
not about bats.
No, cats up here. It's butt bat country. And at this point here, you can probably assume that large one is Strahd. He has taken the bait.
It better be
And is-
Strahd, because if it's something else, like just as horrifying as Strahd, then we're fucked.
And this is your opportunity to move on through if you choose. Or run.
There's no
Hold
running
on.
from this. Either we do this, or
Okay, I'm going through.
we try
I mean,
and
we
hide. we do this.
We can technically run. There's just nowhere to run.
Yeah, like we'll get lost in the mist.
It'd
we'll
be
end
like
up
just
Korik,
jogging in
or
the
we'll
spot.
just die.
Like we'd just be jogging on the one spot, and yeah,
But we're all going to die. It's fine.
yeah. Well,
I mean,
you're all
that's
gonna-
how mortality works.
Okay, Wick heads on through. I think this is the first time you've travelled via teleportation circle?
It's a safe bet.
Oh, no, technically speaking, the one that Alphonse did, that's the same sort of deal. It's the portal.
Oh.
It's just not not from a permanent location.
Stupid Alphonse.
Alphonse is pretty awesome. Don't say he's stupid. He is. Aw.
I totally remember who that is.
It's Mordekainen's familiar, who is actually completely from my own headcanon.
Really?
Yeah, I don't believe he exists.
He exists
I
in our
couldn't
mind.
tell.
Oh, fuck you.
What?
Oh, was that genuine? I could.
No,
It
that
came
was-
off
no.
as.
Yeah, I thought that was a thing. I thought that was part of his thing.
No.
I didn't know.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were like doing like
No,
sarcasm.
no. I thought it was like a freaking. It was making me think of what's his face from Baldur's Gate.
Oh, Minsk and Boo.
Minsk and Boo.
Giant
love
miniature
those guys.
space hamster. Was that a miniature giant space hamster?
The miniature giant space hamster. Okay. Wick heads on through first, and
Stargate.
yeah,
Whoosh.
whoosh.
Now, the movie Stargate or the TV show Stargate? Because they were different.
Both are good choices.
Well, because they had different Stargates. Like, one of them actually had a blue glowy and was kind of reflective, and one didn't.
Hey, shut up.
Nobody cares about Stargate because it's shit.
You're in the minority in this group right now, Mitch.
I mean, if we were talking about Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate, Battlestar Galactica, I would have said the exact same thing, because I just want us to move on to play the fucking game.
Yeah. Okay. Who goes in second?
I will.
Cool. And then Narlag third. Wick,
Hi.
as you stumble
hello.
out of these... hello. As you stumble out the other end of this Stargate teleportation circle, Doctor Who, timey-wimey, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
You see your younger self.
Whoa.
Dude.
You fall out the other side and...
Land on my feet. Like a cat.
Sure.
That's exactly how that would happen.
Well, it's not like you get thrown out aggressively. You just sort of like drop out of movement into a different pace, and then...
And I land on my feet.
And you land on your feet. Give me a perception check.
Oh, wait, I could take a 10.
That's for everything you got.
Yeah, I got proficiency in perception.
Oh, I imagine you do.
So that's 20.
That's 20. You are looking through this room, and there are...
Sorry. Scared the cat.
You scared me too.
Such power.
You are looking through this sort of large, dark room. It is. There are arched frames of stone that form up to a low, wet ceiling. There are great casks lining the wall. Their bands are rusting, and their contents on some of them have long since spilled onto the floor. There are a few hungry rats running around the place, but on your sudden arrival, they retreat to the shadows.
So, is this the, whatchamacallit? That place where they store the booze?
The cellar.
Yeah, that. Me good
Sellers usually...
I'm good with words, shut up.
I'm good with words, you're bad with words.
is it like barrels? Is that what you're
barrel
describing?
ass barrels, yeah, casks, barrels, yep.
Cool. Sorry,
Now,
just
to be certain,
not
there
a
aren't any-
rectangular box.
Yeah, there aren't any that could hold people in them, are there?
I mean, like,
or
wine
undead.
barrels
Well,
can very
technically
easily
speaking,
hold the people.
each of them could hold at least 2.5 people.
I just wanted to be clear that you weren't just vaguely describing fucking coffins again.
How dark is it? Is it like we can see a little bit, or is it like this is sort of just low light, but we can see reasonably fine?
There is low light coming from another room down a hallway that is enough to give you a little bit of vision in this place. I don't believe any of you have dark vision.
No.
You do with the spell, I believe, right?
I have the dark vision spell, and I was going to ask because, like, if it's like, would this feel like the kind of situation which would merit using the spell?
I would usually turn on my sword, but I don't have one at the moment.
Here's what I'm gonna do. With that 20 of perception, do I see anything in here that is like able to observe me, except for those rats?
Not that you can see here, no.
Okay.
There are rats, and that's what you can see.
Okay. I will turn on my lamp.
All right. Lighting up the space up more clearly, and as soon, you've dropped out of this portal, looked around, and then gone. Doesn't seem like anything dangerous. Popped your lamp, just as Ulrich and Narlag pop through the portal behind you. And they see you sort of looking around with
I go
a
in
hood.
first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
I went in first.
Ulrich.
Well, yeah.
Well, Wick went through first, and then Ulrich and Narlag. So yeah, you come through and you see Wick looking around with his hooded lanterns, just sort of lighting up little areas of this space. And yeah, we're talking like They're big ass barrels. Like they are ones that would have had to have been brought in with like a decent cart to be able to get to this place. They're not the sort of ones you just put up on your shoulder and bring in here. Again, most of them have long since sort of rotted and ruptured and spilled their contents onto the floor and long since evaporated. But a couple of them still seem viable.
Anybody want to get pissed before we head in further in?
I'm good.
Do you want to... Oh, okay. What do you want to check out? You're the one with the lantern wick? Tell me what you do.
Well, firstly, like, what are the ways out of this room?
Okay, let me go.
Which could also be the ways into this room.
Bum, bum, bum.
Freaking me out, man.
Behind you, there is a long hallway that has a couple of lanterns along it, which is what's actually bleeding light into this area. There's also a fairly steep staircase to the northern side of the... No, I'm not going to say north. Onto where you're standing onto your left-hand side.
Well, we know that this is the base of the tower, so the staircase going up is up into the tower.
Sorry. Two sets of staircases there. Onto your left, there is a steep staircase heading up. Onto your right, there is a spiral staircase. Wait. I gotta actually make sure. This is a cross section. I gotta make sure I can actually tell you that. Disregard the other bit. One staircase to your left.
Trying to remember the route we plotted out through this place.
Oh, yeah. Because we have
I know when you guys first sort of looked at it, you tried to work out where the teleportation circle would have been. Turns out the symbol we're looking at on the map was not the teleportation circle. That was something else that you probably shouldn't have looked at. So, this is why I'm prefacing this as where you end up might not be where you thought you might have ended up.
Okay.
So I'm retconning that and making it canonical.
I don't think...
You are in a wine cellar. And you actually have scratched out maps of this. You know this is in the level above the catacombs.
Right.
Um,
Alright, minor setback, chaps. We aren't where we thought we were gonna be going to, but cellars is usually down, and we want to go up. So I think maybe we need to head up these stairs here.
I'm happy with that.
Sounds like a plan.
Up and down, I understand that.
So yeah, are you having a bit of an investigation, or are you just going to go?
Oh, do an investigation.
I just, I'm not leading you by the nose. Just want to know what you're doing.
My investigation? 20.
Okay, you were basically creeping around this place here. There are 12 casks overall. There are 3 along your left hand side. There are 5. Sorry, Sorry, there's 3 on the western side, 6 straight ahead of you, and 3 on your right hand side.
It's a code.
It's also just the shape of the road. They're basically lined up against the walls.
Add the numbers up and divide it by 3.
And then times by 9. The ones on your left hand side are all 3 are sort of rotted and broken apart. And there is you can see sort of etched into the side of one of them. There's wine names of Champagne de l'Estompe.
Champagne of the Stomp.
De l'Estompe. Up ahead of you, 5 of the 6 barrels are rotted through and spilled. These ones here, there's the wine name burned into them, is Red Dragon Crush. One of them, so the interior still seems sort of damp, so this was probably burnt not too long ago. But yeah, you can sort of see like on the inside as you sort of shine your lantern over it, the inside still looks sort of a bit slick. And on the southern side,
Are there any
oh,
barrels that are like tapped, or all of them just like steel sealed?
a bunch of them actually have like a tap belted into them. Most of those ones are the ones that have since ruptured and collapsed because obviously the little bit of structural integrity is given up and they've gone through. So straight ahead of you, there's one that's still in one piece, and on the southern side of the three, there is also one that is still good. The name written on those ones is Purple Grape Mash number 3.
It's like someone gave up naming wine. Okay.
Does it look like any of these have been used recently?
I would say no.
Should we leave this here or set fire to the room?
I think we should hold off on wholesale destruction just for the moment, while we still have the element of surprise, as it were.
I disagree, but I will go on with your plan, seeing as you're the expert in this field.
I mean, look. I know that we're not strictly going to be going back out through this door, but setting a fire at our backs is generally a bad plan.
That checks out.
What's your passive perception, Ross?
20.
20. As you're sort of looking at these ones on your right hand side, your lantern sort of passes over a section of the wall, and you see like a crack that's in the wall that's been somewhat obscured by the barrels. We're talking like a fairly wide crack, but it was in the shadow of the barrels, and when you pass your lantern over it, you sort of saw it from your angle.
I inspected the crack, Ryan.
Oh boy, I think we did this joke a while ago.
We've done this many times.
I get right up close to the crack, and I stick my fingertips in it, and I see what I can see there.
Okay, when I say a decent sized crack, we're only talking like it's only about like a foot wide, maybe.
Well, my fingertips are less than a foot wide.
I know, but I'm not
down.
talking about the one you can just sort of walk through.
I reckon Wick could probably squeeze into that crack.
It's not a big ass crack?
Without the joke. It's only like... Yeah. You could sort of... Oh, God. There is no way I can describe this without it going real bad, real fast.
No, yeah, that's very true.
No. Don't worry about all that, Ryan. Tell me more about this crack.
Okay, I have a question. Is Wick shining a light into there?
Yeah, sure. If you want to be. Yeah.
Yes. I'm shining. I want to find out as much about this crack as I can.
Okay. You can sort of see, like, you
That's
definitely
your
couldn't, like, squeeze through it or anything. It's way too small for that. But you can see that this passes all the way through, and you can see a staircase on the other side of this wall.
I could definitely squeeze through that crack.
Not us, though.
Oh! You definitely could squeeze through that crack.
Might be a problem for Ulrich, though.
Possibly also for Narlik. I don't know. I reckon Narlik might be able to shapeshift into a very, very thin human.
Not thin enough.
Not thin enough.
You've still got to have the proportions of an actual fucking humanoid.
Yeah.
You can't all of a sudden become actual Slender Man.
Or
God. No, you really can't. You really can't. Nobody can.
You also can't make yourself Paper Mario.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Yes.
What?
You can't invoke.
What? Woohoo!
Let's go!
It's a me! Mario.
I'm sure we've got more than an hour left of this.
Let's go up the stairs if that's a viable option. Oh.
Sure, don't want to break through this wall. Like, it seems like it is weak in some degree. We could maybe smash a hole in it. Get like a crowbar in there and rip the crack open and climb on through.
Just run at it.
Wick.
Saying, oh yeah.
Assuming you could transform and go through there, would you be able to bring your lantern with you, or does that not travel?
Look, it's very complicated, and you're actually getting at a very personal question that I'm not really comfortable to dig into right now. But I can assure you I won't necessarily be having lantern problems on the other side, alright? But I don't really want to dig into it any deeper than that.
Screw this. Narlag puts their hand on Wick and on themselves, and twin spells Dark Vision.
Whoa!
Okay, your vision opens up into basically like a grayscale shape of the room. You can see everything as if it's in like a black and white photo taken during the day.
We don't see black and white. We see in color. Just try not to be racist here.
And yet...
Fuck off.
But yeah, you can now see quite easily without your lantern.
Okay.
So
Well,
can I have the lantern then?
No, I'd extinguish it and I put it back in my kit and I'm going, oh, this is great. Cool.
Okay, cool. I'm now blind.
There's still some ambient light coming from the hallway behind you. It's dull.
Okay.
So you're not blind. It's just... Let's face it, you're probably going to have some disadvantage if you do some perception involving vision.
Is there anything of note about that staircase on the other side? Is there anything, when I was looking through the cracks...
What you can see is that it's a spiraling staircase, and it's, one way is heading up, one way is heading down.
Like stairs do.
Like stairs do. It doesn't look like the section you're looking at is part of the landing. It just looks like it's a section where the stairs spiral upwards or downwards, depending which way you go.
Does the, like, realistically, I wasn't terribly joking around before. Does it look like the wall could be like broken away to sort of break through into that staircase from where we are, with a sufficiently dragon strength?
You could, looking at it, you could probably start pulling bricks and stuff like that out potentially.
Well, what are you blokes seeing? You want to try? There's a spiral staircase on the other side here. You could try and break on through, or just take these other stairs here. Like,
why don't you go to the other side and actually see if it's worth going there?
Well, I don't really want to split up just immediately. I feel like that is a bad call just to right off the bat just split us up, right?
Would it not be just as easy if you would have come right back through the crack?
Oh, I'm sure. What's the worst could happen, eh?
Yeah, he's got a point. I say we, at the moment, just stay together. Maybe we can just all go down the...
Let's just go upstairs. Let's just take the stairs that are closest.
Like, we don't need to do any remodeling for the guy. We can just have a look at where the stairs go.
We head up the stairs that are there, that you described earlier. We go up those stairs.
What's everyone's passive perception?
20.
9.
I know yours.
Passive perception is 11.
Mine is 9.
Wick, you can hear it. You can hear the sounds of battle taking off. Kicking off outside. You can hear sort of war cries and shouting. It's pronounced quite loudly by several long howls.
It's was the battles going on. You know, You know how we sort of arranged for there to be a battle? Well, I think it's going on. I can hear howls. Pronounced howls. The long pronounced howls.
The plan is coming to fruition then, I guess. Let's go.
Okay, heading up these stairs. As you start going up the stairs, you hear this sort of long, hollow sigh of wind moving down there as well. It almost feels like the building, this whole castle, is breathing, almost like it's alive.
Houses don't normally do that.
It sounds like a slow but intentional inhale.
So it's got COVID.
But making your way up. I've got to scroll to another section because you guys are already up the next bit.
So you're saying we're doing really well?
Yeah, I
It's
think
just
that's
like,
exactly
there
right.
is a lot of different rooms in this place.
And they're all filled with nice, happy things.
I mean, you could just be encouraging, Ryan. I don't see why that would hurt.
Hey, you made it up to the next level.
Good on
Oh, yeah.
us.
Dim light filters through a dust-caked window on the east wall. A door next to the window leads. Let's just say. A door next to the window, because you can see out the window, leads to a courtyard outside. Everything in this room is coated with dust, including a large, heavy table in the center of the floor. A thick book lies open on the desk with an inkwell and a quill next to it. There's a broken door in the north wall, and the staircase that you just came up is just behind you in the southwards direction. On each side of the staircase, a skeletal figure draped in gleaming chainmail stands sagging at attention, holding a rusty halberd.
Oh, they're not going to come to life at all.
I thought they were
Is
already
it
alive.
worth...
Did you say that out loud?
Sure. Just keep an eye on these two here, dodgy-looking fellas.
Well, maybe if we think that these fellas are going to come to life, maybe before they come to life, we should take their weapons away, so that they don't come to life holding weapons.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. I take away one of the weapons from one of the skeletons.
Arlag does not
You
get
grab hold of this halberd and sort of like wrestle it fairly easily free from its previous owner, who then sort of just like crumbles. Like every whole bunch of the bones just sort of like fall to the floor. The bottom jaw sort of like detaches on one side and falls slack, and you can sort of see at this point, like several sections of it are just sort of like twitch wired to a post behind it. These have been put together mechanically rather than magically.
Interesting.
I feel like that's
on
the
the-
opposite of it coming to life. Really.
Just in case, I do the same with the other one.
Similar sort of deal. Like everything that wasn't sort of actually strapped to the post holding it up sort of just like falls away. In fact, like half of it already was on the floor.
Hey, Narlag goes and checks out that book.
Okay.
Oh, yep. Okay, you good.
What's up with that book?
Okay. You are looking at a registry book. At the top of each of the pages, it says, "Please register for your own convenience."
Oh, he's getting married.
Please register for your own convenience and that of your next of kin. So essentially, it's sign in with your name and who your next of kin is.
Narlag writes in Yo Mama.
Captain Butts.
Guest book to get into Castle Ravenloft?
Maybe that was the secret the whole time. We just needed to write in the guest book.
Yeah, so name, Yo Mama. Next of kin, Yo Papa.
I
Signed.
feel like you're not taking this seriously.
So you're saying you're his brother?
I'm saying I'm his mum.
Okay, basically you fill in the spaces and looking over it. Like there's not been an entry in here for quite some time. For the most part, the ink has long since dried and started to chip away, and most of the writing is ineligible. Illegible. Illegible is the word I was looking for, not ineligible. That's a different thing altogether. Illegible is then you basically can't sort of make out most of the names that are in there. Half the lettering is just sort of fragmented and chipped away.
Or can I?
No.
I mean, can you?
Can I cast Mending on it? Spell
Okay.
repairs a break or a tear in an object I touch, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, or a leaking wineskin. I just want to repair the last page, see who the last entry was, aside from Yo Mama and Yo Papa.
Okay.
Papa bless.
Okay. You managed to get like enough of this repaired where you get a couple of entries where you can read it in completion. You get the sort of the name of the person coming in is Sirik Vesson, and next of kin is Holfar Vesson, brackets father, town blacksmith.
So this was... does it say how long ago it was? Or
It doesn't. It's not dated.
okay. So probably some townsperson that was having a bit of trouble came to Strahd's castle and then died.
I mean,
Whether
you're
that or not.
assuming that last part, but it's a pretty good assumption.
It's a reasonable assumption.
Alright.
Graham, you haven't been doing very much right now. Can you roll me a d20?
Okay, I was actually going to say that if there's a courtyard going outside, maybe we should look outside and we can maybe get our bearings on where exactly we are in the castle, because that should give us a pretty good idea.
Well, yeah, maybe roll that d20 first, though.
But I'm still going to roll the d20. I got a 15.
Yeah, cool. I'm just going to...
I don't just die of a cardiac arrest.
15 zombies.
Ah, yes.
Maybe this is just part of being in Strahd's castle. It's like every now and then he's like, just roll. Just roll. Not for any reason, I just want to make players terrified.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember a thing. When we were creeping around in the caverns below those weeks ago, and we found the teleporty thing room with the cauldron and all that shit.
Yep.
There was a whole thing around that where the whole place was covered in dust, right?
Yep.
So we sort of interpreted that to mean nobody could have been in here because it's all covered in dust. But everywhere's just covered in dust in this place, right?
That's been your experience so far.
So we can't really count on this room to have been abandoned for a long time on account of the dust because vampires and shit. This dusty motherfuckers.
Well, so just like you guys have spells of mending, he has spells of just dust making. So whenever he leaves, he just makes sure there's a heavy coat of dust.
Dirtify a building.
That's really useful. Such a useful spell.
I mean, it actually would be pretty useful if you were, like, trying to do a whole... Oh, yeah, we're revolutionaries, but this building's completely abandoned, right? Wink, wink.
Makes sense.
It's kind of the... It's a good theory. Like, if you want a place not to get looted all the time, make it look abandoned and looted already. That's a way of doing it.
Or scare the fuck out of the entire populace. You know, one of the two.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Why not both?
Da, 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 da.
There you go. You did it, and I did the subtitles. Okay.
Sub's not done.
Ulrich did suggest looking out the window and trying to get some bearings. As you are... Sorry. I'm looking at the right section.
Rawr.
Rawr.
You guys are the worst. Okay.
Worst or best?
Best.
You're looking out into a courtyard. Beyond that courtyard, you can see on sort of to the left-hand side is towering arches built into a wall. And beyond that, you can see sort of a overlook section that looks off the cliffside gorge and down towards the village of Barovia. So you're looking off to the east. Southeast, really.
From when we were like plotting this out before looking at the map, the arched platform thing with the overlooking balcony is the balcony of the room we're trying to get to. So I think one of the ideas we had was to climb around the outside of the building and come in through that balcony.
Well, now you've got sort of okay. You've got a position where you got your bearings. You're in a relatively safe room. You get your maps out, lay them out on the table, and you start working out where you're at.
Okay.
You are essentially on now the ground level. You've come up through the basement levels. You're on the ground level, and the sort of the stained glass area and everything like that, that's on the sort of far side of the castle, up a couple of levels.
But so we didn't actually know exactly where his room, throne room was. We were just guessing.
We had a we had a good educated guess at what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would we know which way is up from here?
Again, looking through your maps and everything like that, you're working out that you're
That way.
You're probably looking at the room you're in currently now is probably a servant's entrance.
If we can keep
And
going
you can
through service areas, that's probably for the best, because main halls are more likely to be guarded.
That's good thinking. Again, looking at your map, the door to your sort of left-hand side currently leads to another staircase going upwards.
I think that's probably where we want to go. We do want to be heading up.
All in favour of going that way?
Well, I mean, that will take us up, and then we can go across anyways, because it's
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna investigate the door before touching it.
Good idea.
Why'd you laugh at that, Ryan?
I love the paranoia. It's great.
I mean, it's justified in his case. We've got no idea why it would be justified, but, you know.
I mean, we have a pretty good idea.
I got a 27.
To investigate, you have a look at it. You can see this door is definitely showing the degradation of age. One of the hinges, the lower hinge, is actually sort of rusted through and broken. It's still sort of the door is still sort of wedged in place because no one's tried to open it since that has fallen apart. But yeah, there is not much holding this door in its frame.
Man's so powerful he can rule a country for 400 years but can't even repair a fucking door.
I don't think he even uses doors.
He does
Yeah, he-
sort of turn into mist.
Yeah, he
sort
does
of
mist everywhere, so you know.
apparate where he needs to be. So I imagine he doesn't probably truck too much with the servant's entrance, as it were. Hey, Ulrich, open this door.
I open the door.
Okay, so you go to open the door like a normal door would open.
It's a mimic, and it eats it.
Well, no, it's the other
Close.
hinge gives way, and the door basically just falls from your hand and away from you and lands heavily on the ground in front of you.
A way to open a door, Ulrich.
I pushed too hard. Sorry, guys.
Were you pulling or pushing?
Oh, I doored too
At this
hard.
point, it doesn't.
I was going to say, it's funny if it was a push door. Sorry, it's funny if it's a pull door and it fell away from him.
That is funny.
Because it's not supposed to do that.
That's the heart of comedy.
Okay, Graham, can you give me another D20 roll?
No. Okay.
Well, fuck you, Ryan.
What's the essence of good comedy? Timing.
I
Six.
just realized there is a certain point where a DM is a little bit powerless. I was like, "Can you do this for me?" He's like, "No."
No.
Okay.
I rolled a
You're not
six.
my
I guess we go home now. You guys won D&D. You realize that you don't have to play my games. You're not my puppets.
I'll
I
always
mean-
be your puppet, Ryan.
Yeah. I mean, I still am because I rolled a 6. No, I don't
Okay.
like that laugh.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, my friends.
Okay. You hear that the sound of like the fallen door echoing down the hallways. It's like
Oh, that's not good.
Quickly, get on the other side of that door, push
I
it back up, and I'll
close
I'll
the
I'll
door
fix it.
back. What he said.
you're gonna do many on it. It's gonna be the best looking fucking
Yeah.
door in
Well,
this place.
I'll just mend the hinges. I'll just mend the hinges. Like push them through. Like push Wick and Ulrich through. Get Ulrich to lift the door up as long as Ulrich's cooperating. Ulrich.
Somebody comes through to check this out later, like, that's the best looking door. That's a suspiciously
That
well kept
door hasn't been that
It's like-
well kept in 400 years. What the shit?
Who repaired the other hinge?
But
I do
Someone
that.
fix my trick
I
door.
also look in my bag for gaffer tape, even though that doesn't exist.
Okay, so you shuffle through. Ulrich, you don't need a skill check to lift a door. It's a fucking door. It's not a heavy door. It's not a fucking armored door or anything. It's a fucking indoor door. And I'm assuming
you
you're
tell
throwing a
that
mending.
door that door's place. Yeah.
And I'm assuming you're throwing a mending into this one, or are you just whacking a nail
it's
in it?
mending. It's cantrip. I can just do it.
I think mending is a
Yeah.
cantrip.
Because mending is a cantrip.
It's
Wait, is it?
it's literally one of the best things of all time to have as cantrip. It's just like, oh, my shoe's broken. Mending.
I thought it was a level 1 spell.
No, it's
fuck yeah.
a cantrip.
Baller. All right. So yeah, this you hear the sort of like a new pin sort of wedge itself into this hinge, and the door is now magic. And this door is a solid once again.
All right. I mean, like, I have some notes in terms of breaking and entering, in like around this one, but like, we'll keep going.
We should probably
We head upstairs.
We should probably move quickly.
Head upstairs.
Yep.
Tiptoe in, tiptoe out.
I agree with all of those things.
Okay, ahead of you there is another sort of steep sort of staircase similar to the one you've just climbed up before. Also in this room there is a short. So the hallway goes along, sweeps around to your left, and then goes down a few steps before it opens up into a larger chamber.
I thought you
Which
said
is
this
one-
went upstairs.
There's a staircase going upwards. There's a staircase off to your left.
Do we know how many?
Sorry, there is a lot of
how
directions
many,
you can go
how
at all
many
times in
floors
this
up
place.
is our destination? And I'm assuming our destination is Strahd's throne room. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
know
So
exactly.
how many floors up is that from the ground?
We don't know.
Going by your memory, the next one up.
Keep going, or do we want to investigate?
I think we should go up.
All right, we go up.
I feel like the more places we go in this castle, the more chance there is of us being murdered by vampires. So we should try and go to as few places in this castle as possible and get to the throne room where the beast sits on his dark throne. Yeah.
Okay. You head up this set of stairs. And when you reach the top, dirt-caked windows allow little light to enter this upstairs room. Broken bed frames and torn bits of mattress litter the floor.
Dude knows how to
A
party.
tall, dusty
Dude
Sorry?
knows how to party.
A tall, dusty wardrobe shaped like a coffin. Its black doors, painted with fey creatures, stands between two cracked full-length mirrors hanging on a south wall. A staircase descends along the north wall, which is the one that just came up. Yeah.
Strahd's bedroom?
Certainly not.
Too nice?
Roll investigation if you like.
Yeah, fuck it. Investigate away. That is a 17 plus... yeah, 17.
You're looking at this. This has the trappings of servants' quarters. Like the bedding is simple, but comfortable. Oh, well, it would have been back when it was, new 400 something years ago. The mirrors are mostly dusted over. The old wardrobe is looking pretty worse for wear as well.
Are we gonna have to fight Dracula's butler?
How terribly clumsy of me.
Is
You got that
there
reference
like a bedside table or like
How what did servants have to put on a bedside table?
I don't know, a journal or some bullshit? I want to find.
how many of
are
them
there
you
any
reckon could
details
read?
on the person that lived here? Because maybe they might have been important. Is it like journal?
They were
of,
a servant.
Journal of servant number 352. Today I cleaned the master's bedchamber, or is it journal of servant of the great and powerful Strahd? I am Octavian Blueface Gadoosh Man. And
Considering the beds and mattresses have fallen apart from age, I would imagine books would have been long since gone. But no, you can't find any sort of journals or bedside tables or anything like that.
so it's not Octavian Blueface Gadoosh Man.
No, because no one in the world would ever be called that, even in a fantasy world.
All right, next
That is the
character
worst-
name.
Yeah, thank you for peeking out and zoom right there as well. But yeah.
Hey, what's in the wardrobe?
Okay. You open up the wardrobe. A plain white dress, yellow with age, flies out of the wardrobe and begins to dance in the middle of the room.
Shoot it with Eldritch Blast.
The dance flaps around to the music of the storm that is beginning to thunder outside.
Shoot it with Eldritch Blast.
And it's just like just dancing to this. It's got a little bit of who did Wuthering Heights?
Kate Bush.
Kate Bush. It's got a real Kate Bush sort of vibe to it. A lot of very, very swooping sort of feel to it.
Fuck yeah. Don't shoot it. This dress rocks.
No. I shoot it with Eldritch Blast. So that
Okay.
is 7 plus 8, so that's a 15. An
Yeah.
18 and a 20. No,
Okay.
20.
Each of those shots sort of hit a section of the dress that is it manages to connect with, and just like straight through, like this old fabric just sort of like fragments and pushes through. And this dress continues to dance with these 3 puncture marks through it.
Move.
Kill it.
At one point, it starts to sort of swoop and dance closer and closer to you guys.
Am I able to just keep shooting it? Or,
Are you?
I mean, like, if no one else is going to do anything, I'm just going to keep shooting it. So that is a 10, a 12, and natural 20.
Okay.
I kind of don't want
At
to
this
touch
point,
it.
there's probably less. There's more hole than dress, so the rest of it sort of just like crumples away and sort of
That's
all
slut shaming.
collapses to a sort of a lifeless heap on the floor.
Good. It's probably haunted.
Wick, what you see in the actually, what do you do now?
What else was in the wardrobe? Now that the dress is not distracting us.
Hanging in the wardrobe are a few sort of fairly rotted servants' uniforms.
Are there any secret compartments?
You can sort of go searching through go roll investigate for secret compartments within the wardrobe.
24.
You start sort of like pulling at like little timbers at the back, and then sort of like looking for false bottoms in the base of it. And it's, at one point you sort of pull one little thing that sort of gives slightly. You're like, oh, here we go. Start pulling it away, and that must have been just like the last section of this thing holding it together, as this thing just sort of folds away in 3 directions, just collapsing into its component parts.
Oh, it was an IKEA wardrobe.
It's now flat packed. What it does do as it sort of folds apart is it does hit one of the mirrors on each side. The one on the right hand side sort of smashes and falls to the ground.
Uh-oh.
Behind of which is a hidden door.
It's a hidden door, guys! I found a hidden door! Guys! Guys!
I'm the best at finding things!
I open it.
Have you decided whether it's a push or a pull?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. You sort of like dig a couple of clawed fingers into the edge and then start to sort of like pull this sort of stone door towards you, and it just sort of starts to sort of like give, and just gives that sort of grinding stone sound. And it opens up into a tiny little sort of antechamber with a ladder going upwards for about 20 feet.
Let's go, guys.
You heading up first?
I mean, is everyone else wanting to go as well? Like,
Yeah, fuck it, let's do
For
this.
the record, aside from going back down the stairs, there's no other exit
yeah,
to this
let's
room.
do this then. Secret door's got to lead to somewhere good.
Secret good.
You climb up this ladder, I guess, against those 20 feet. It's holding. It's probably not the sort of one you all three want to be on at the same time, because it's a 400-year-old wooden ladder.
Mending.
We get it. This place is 400 years old. Jesus, Ryan. Humble brag.
I'm trying to work out what the humble brag part of that is. Okay, Ulrich, you make it to the landing at the top of this 20-foot ladder.
Or do I?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a ladder. And you can sort of see that there is another sort of, because you're on the sort of inside of it, another secret door that would open up.
It's not that secret.
Yeah, is it a secret
Well, when you're
door
on the
if it's in
inside,
plain
once
sight?
you've already established the secret passageway, there's no point hiding the back.
When
of
you're on
secret
the
door.
inside, secret doors are just doors.
Yeah,
Yes,
so we're on the
just a
door side
fucking
of
door.
the secret door. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's another secret door, but there's also a passageway.
We're in a passageway.
Yeah,
And
okay.
the other end of it is the secret doorway out.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right.
The passageway is the ladder.
Yeah, all right. I wait for these guys to come up the things, and then we can continue on, I guess.
You didn't want to take some shreds of that animated dress? You know, for completely above board reasons? Mitch?
Sorry? I was looking at my spell list. What would you say?
Doesn't matter. Going up the secret passageway.
Okay, so Ulrich, you're at the top there, and you push open the doorway, and you come into the landing of a large spiral staircase with a sort of cavernous hole in the center leading downwards. And I've got to get a right up here because it's got a whole bit.
Wait, we're at the top of a staircase.
Nope. You're about the middle of a staircase.
Okay.
It's one of the sections where it's sort of like leveled off and then it starts angling back up again.
Okay, so you describe what's going down.
Yep. And I had to scroll this.
Okay. Yep. It
Settle down.
It requires a second page. That's not good for us.
Okay. Above you and below you stretches an empty tower that is basically just ringed with a spiral staircase running up the interior of it. And obviously, so from where you're from your position, it's sort of spiraling clockwise, heading upwards. There is no. Here's the thing. There's no railing, guys. This is a fucking Death Star level thing. There's no safety rails, and there's a long ass fucking drop. You're looking
How wide
at
are the stairs then?
what is the scale of this? $10.
Okay. So just stay to the left, everyone.
Do these look like the stairs that I saw through that crack earlier?
They do not. The ones you saw through the crack had an inner column, and that they ran around. This one here is significantly wider. You're looking at about a 25 to 30 foot wide section where you're at now. It widens further as you sort of look down, but that may just be a trick of you're looking down a very large hole and you're a bit of vertigo kicking in, a little bit of fear of heights coming in, and making that seem a lot worse than it actually
having
is.
a fear of heights? I wouldn't have thought he would ever get that. But yeah.
I'm allowing for all sorts here.
I think we should clearly go up because
Well, let's check the map.
towers like this,
Let's
it's got to be
double check
something
the
good.
map.
This has got to be like a point of interest on the map. Hey, okay. There's like a big, like on the map we would know of a big central tower.
Before you guys get too settled in here, can I get initiative rolls?
Motherfucker.
No.
Yeah, I agree with Ross. No.
I got a 11.
14.
23.
So Wick with a 23,
It's
Ulrich
quick.
with a 14. What did you get? Sorry, Nala?
11.
Okay. All right. What was your question?
My question was, do we know if we're actually on the right level or if we've gone too high up?
So you're breaking out your maps?
Well, I was going to, but then you told us to roll for initiative, so no.
Yep. Okay. That was just to get an order for things that are going on around the building. So
There's not something that's just suddenly leaping out and attacking us.
No, because then I would actually be rolling some damaged dice and making the whole
Right.
deal.
I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Like when we were in the cellar, there was a big central column staircase thing that all the bats came down through. Right?
Yes.
Does this look? The size of this thing look comparable to that central thing that the bats came in through? Does this run all the way down to that cellar? Maybe. So that's what I immediately thought when I saw this.
Okay. Looking at your maps because you're pulling them out. On that question there, that's more likely to have been the spiral staircase that you looked at through into from the wine cellar.
Okay.
What you're looking at here is you are partway up the highest, the spiral staircase going up the highest spire.
So we want to go down, don't we?
I think we want to go down.
You guys are actually
I still reckon
on-
we should go up.
You guys are actually on the right level
Okay.
currently.
I reckon we should see what's up. Literally.
Well,
How many bats, Ryan?
How many vampires?
you sort of, as you sort of stop and you actually go like, okay, you look down, you try and get your bearings, and then start going, okay, this is the tallest spire. As soon as you start thinking about going higher, you look upwards, and
It is a mouth.
you now notice like this eerie reddish light coming down from the peak of this.
We only now notice that.
Yeah, that's weird. That it's only until you actually thought about going higher or thought about looking up that you even notice it.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Then you also start noticing that this red light is actually pulsing.
Nalak takes a step back into the chamber and then chugs their potion of clairvoyance, specifically targeting that red point.
Okay. Clairvoyance.
What's the clairvoyance do?
Clairvoyance lets me either look or hear on a very specific point. It's either very obvious or a point that I know very well. In this case, very obvious. Big glowing red thing right next to it. I can look at it or hear it. One of the two. Either way, doesn't matter. And
Well, it kind of does, because one would be different.
I can only do one at a
Yeah.
time. I can do both, but I'll have to switch between them depending on what I want. At least I think that's how it works. I'll double check. But I definitely want to do sight first, so if I'm going to do one, then sight.
Okay. What's the range? 1 mile. Alright, yeah, that's definitely in range.
Yeah, as my action, I can
Okay.
choose between seeing and hearing. Yep.
Which would you like to do? Seeing?
Is it just a glowing?
Okay, you... It's kind of like a glowing orb. You see
It's not good for us.
a large crystalline heart. It is full of like this red pulsing energy.
You got grenades, right? You got
Sorry?
grenades, right?
How high up is it?
From your position here, several levels.
Yeah, I probably can't throw that far.
Hey, let's go look at that heart. Let's go investigate the pulsing red
I
light.
switch to hearing.
At this point here, your hearing is just basically, it sounds like you've run a mile in 10 seconds. You have your heart thumping in your ears, but it sounds like it's 5 to 10 foot that way. So that's not a good place to have your heart.
If I
It's almost as bad as if it was on your sleeve.
If I cast Eldritch Blast, can I choose to only use one beam?
What
I
is
don't
it?
know.
That's up to you, sure.
I mean, like, I'm thinking about it. I don't actually want to do it yet, but I want to know, like, if I had the option to, would I be able to just use one beam of Eldritch Blast rather than using 3 at a time? It doesn't explicitly say in the spell.
It's a weird request,
Yeah,
man.
it is. But I'm thinking about it, and if we suddenly get attacked, it's like, well, we can't really go up. I'm just going to hit it with an Eldritch Blast. See what happens.
Cantrips automatically cast at the level that your character level is, I believe. So currently it would be 3 beams.
Alright. Shall we try and head up?
Let's go up.
I suggest we think going downward thoughts.
I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, I don't...
Like,
What?
think we're going downstairs, when actually we're just walking forwards, and that happens to be going upstairs.
What you just said was nonsense. I'm going to walk up these stairs.
Yeah. Also, you want me to think...
Okay. So, Wick, what are you doing?
I'm going to walk up the stairs
Okay, just walking up.
carefully.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
given,
roll for stealth.
Ulrich, what are you doing?
given... So you said 10 feet across.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like, put one hand, like, kind of on the wall. Oh, is that your roll for stealth? Nice. One hand on the wall and start, like, carefully going upwards, I guess.
Yep. And now, like, you are stealthing?
Gonna try to. No point in not stealthing.
I mean, I'm here, so there's probably very little point in stealthing.
I thought you oiled up your armor again.
Did I?
No.
No.
Well, at least
The thing we
Oil
made
me
got
up,
thrown
laddie.
away.
Okay. Can each of you please give me a dexterity saving throw?
No. But yeah.
We get a +3 because of thingy,
My
right?
my wing wong. As you,
Your wing wong.
yes. I got to 19.
I got to 18.
That's nice.
Nalag.
What did you get?
What'd you get to? Bye, Nalag.
I got a 1.
Can I try and
I got a 1.
So including the 3 and your bonus.
The 3, that would make it to a 6.
Okay.
Are these the stairs like in the Treehouse of Horrors where they go to the Mr. Burns castle and he's Dracula and they turn into like they flip and they're like a slick slide and he slides into the trap in the basement?
No,
Because
no.
that feels like a weird thing for the Dracula D&D module to draw on the Treehouse of Horrors episode, but I'm with it. I'm cool.
I would wager there's a lot of people at Wizards of the Coast that are fans of early Simpsons.
But also, it's like there are plenty of other things that do that as well. Like that kind of trope.
Okay. As you guys are sort of creeping up this thing here, the pulsing of this heart all of a sudden gives you like one big jolt. And each of you get sort of rattled on your footing. Nalag, you lose your footing. And topple off the side.
Bye, guys.
Can I try and do a quick grab? Can I do like a quick grab at him or something?
Let's have a look at what you can do.
Looks like Nalag can die.
That is definitely an option.
How high up this tower are we?
Very.
Halfway. Yeah.
No, you've.
Are you going to say
Hey,
you've
Ryan,
fallen
are
higher
you-
before?
Are you looking
Sorry?
up the fall damage table right now?
Oh, I know the full damage table. I'm just seeing how much I have to roll. Okay, Wick,
Hi.
it is you. You are first in this initiative order, and you see Nalag tumbling off the side.
Ooh. Ooh. I don't see anything I can do right now.
You prick.
Well, like I started going up the stairs first, so I'm not even next to you in the order. I'd have to dodge around Dragon Man here, climb over him to get at you, who has already gone off the side. So I don't see how that doesn't make any sense.
Absolute prick.
Ulrich. Well, so what do you do instead?
I mean, I'll grab my rope and I'll get ready to throw the rope, but like, that's what I got.
Yep, Ulrich.
I go to grab Nalag.
All right, go for athletics.
Ooh, that's something I can do.
He's good at that.
He's a strong boy.
There.
Actually, I'm going to go combined athletics. Nalag, you're also going to try and grab.
We're all going to die.
Well, I got
We're all going to die.
Yep.
I'm not worried about fall damage.
I got a 14.
Yeah, we're going to die from something else.
Or to put it in Ulrich persona, I'm not going to die from falling. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. I got to 25.
And you got 14, was it?
Do you have flying as a spell?
I
Why don't you
no,
have
I
flying
don't
as
have
a spell?
flying as a spell. I have telekinesis as a spell, but that's a 5th level spell. I ain't using that unless it's like, no, you're actually going to die if you don't do this.
Okay. Ulrich sort of reaches out a long, sort of a long clawed hand and grabs you by the wrist. Cool. So that's Ulrich and Nalag. Nalag, you're essentially done at that point there. That's you two combining your thing there. Can you each give me a dex save again?
That was much better. I got an 18.
As well as you, Wick.
Hey, me?
Everyone.
I got to 10.
I did better than last time. 23.
You're going to have disadvantage as well on this one, Ulrich, because you are currently hanging on to a person.
I rolled
No,
better
like,
the
you don't have to
second
worry about
time,
one.
so I got to 10 still.
You only fucking just managed to keep your footing. You feel like your feet are beginning to slip closer and closer to the edge, but you manage to sort of like lean back a little bit and hold your footing with Narlag swinging off your arm.
I'm glad I have a wing wong.
Is that heart beating faster?
That heart is beating every 6 seconds.
Still every 6 seconds?
I mean, every
Yes.
round.
Every round.
Right, okay.
This is why I had you roll initiative
Right.
before. Because
How far up the stairs is it?
How many feet, exactly?
40,
Is it within,
80.
say, 120?
Sorry, I wasn't paying a great amount of attention to what Mitch was clairvoyancing before. Can we actually see the heart from where we are, or is it sort of in a room at the top of the stairs?
It's it's hanging within the sort of the higher point of the tower, and that is about, what is it?
So it's like a
Math
chandelier
again.
heart.
Is it a chandelier heart?
40,
A chandelier heart.
80, 120,
Sounds like a CS song.
140.
140.
From your current position now, it's 140 feet above you.
I'm going to crawl.
I'm going to run, and I'm going...
Well, first of all, you need to pull...
Yeah, okay, yeah. Good
Nah,
point.
lag.
Yeah, I'm going to pull him over to the...
Wick, it is your turn.
Yeah.
Have you got thick skin and an elastic heart?
That's what I was getting at.
That's what you're going for. Yeah, I was trying to think of what the lyrics were.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one of my climbing pitons,
Yep.
and I'm going to jam it into the wall behind me,
Do we
And
see
sort of
Shia
try-
LaBeouf?
trying to knock it in there to like have an anchor point.
Yep.
And I'm just going to loop the end of my rope around that climbing piton to like secure it into the wall. And then I'm going to like be holding onto that rope and lead the other end to these chuckle fucks with my
All right.
fast hands.
Ulrich, I'm assuming you're going to be strength testing to get your get Narlag back up onto the thing.
Yeah, to pull him back in. Ooh, I rolled a 17, so if it's straight strength...
You sort of like just rip him up and like plant him onto the staircase next to you,
Like a door.
like a door.
Like I would a door.
Grab the rope.
Grabs onto the rope. And moves up.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to get into like a crawling position as well.
Yep.
Or at the
Okay.
moment, I'm probably on my back or something, but yeah.
Does it look like we can shoot whatever is holding this heart to the ceiling?
That'd have to be a hell of a good shot. That's a 100 like what did I say? 170 foot
You said 140.
shot.
You said
Sorry?
140.
140. Sorry, yep. You're right. 140 foot shot.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
I just need to get another 20 up.
How
Is
much?
that just to Eldritch Blast it?
And how much damage can you do with Eldritch Blast?
1d10 times 3.
Maybe let's get a little bit closer so we can all do damage to it. I get the... Something like this, if we start attacking it and we're not all attacking it, I feel like it's not going to be good for us. But that's just me.
We don't even know what this is.
Yeah, true.
Hey
But-
Ryan, what is it?
It's
Yeah, what is
probably,
What is it?
like, I would say it's definitely
Ryan!
something Strahd, like, wants, or, like, keeps around, so it's probably good for him, so it's probably not good for us.
What is it?
It's a large crystalline heart that is beating every 6 seconds. Which, speaking of which, Wick, you're currently hanging on to the front end of your rope and your climbing python, aren't you?
Yeah.
Narlag is hanging onto the rope. Ulrich is crawling. No one has to worry about a dexterity save this time around. Wick, what are you doing?
Alright, if it's... Yeah, I'm gonna, get low center of gravity, and crawl up the stairs.
Get down low and go, go, go.
Okay. I'm not going to... If you're all crawling at this point, I'm not going to worry about doing the rolls. Or running an initiative order, because that is unimportant at this point.
We've defeated your heart shockwave trap.
By crawling.
By crawling, like brave heroes.
Let's say Wick is in the lead. Can you roll me a d20, please?
No. It almost worked. 12.
12.
12 zombies. Oh.
Cool. Okay. You are climbing up and up and up as you crawl along. Every time that thing beats, every 6 seconds, you can feel the stairs beneath your hands and knees just like wobble and vibrate and try to throw you off the edge. As you get closer and closer to the top, the tower starts to narrow. That 30-foot wide comes to 25, down to 20, down to 15. It's just getting narrower and narrower as you go along. You get probably at this point here. You're about. So how far are you? You've made it's slow progress crawling upstairs. So over the next 15 minutes, you manage to sort of get up the next level. So you're knock 40 feet off that distance that I gave you before. So you're within 100 feet of it now.
I mean, for me to be effective, I'm going to have to get within 10 feet of it. So
Yes.
yeah.
No, you haven't done one of these yet. Can you give me a d20 roll, please?
6.
Okay.
I feel like every time we roll, he's basically adding to a list of monsters that are slowly getting to us, and this list is just getting bigger and bigger. And when we've finished what we're doing, we're gonna have to face them.
The
all
second
at
one of
once.
us hits a 20, it's going to be oh hey, there's monsters everywhere.
Yeah.
Wick, you see this first. Up ahead, and sort of coming around the spiral ahead, up ahead of you, is a broom, and it is just sweeping its way down the stairs. It has no scene holder or wielder, but it is just it's wizard apprenticing itself down the staircase and just sweeping its way down, just brushing any of the debris and dust off the stairs down the sort of the central column of this tower, and then moves on to the next stair. It's just like doo, 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 doo.
How whimsical.
How whimsical. But it is heading.
As it is getting closer, I will
It is
get
getting
another
closer.
climbing piton
Yeah. Huh?
and knock that into the wall where I'm at to steady myself, and I will get up on my feet, but holding on to the piton.
Yep.
And as it gets within my reach, I try and grab the broom with my hands. One hand on the climbing pit, and the other one trying to grab the broom out of the.
Okay. Can you roll me grapple?
What's that?
So, athletics or acrobatics? So athletics or yeah. So it's athletics for you. Athletics or acrobatics for me.
19. Hey, guess what?
Okay.
Hey, Ryan, guess what? I'm proficient in athletics.
I mean, at this point, what aren't you you're probably proficient in more things than you're not, right?
I'm proficient in all of the things that I need.
Yeah.
So, like, we're just going to be taking a 10 roll on that one.
Okay. You grapple hold of that, and this thing starts to, like, thrash around in your hands. Like it's trying to free itself. Okay. Let's roll us a fresh initiative for
Us
fighting
versus
a
a broom.
broom.
2.
4.
10.
We're not rolling
Broom gonna
great.
kick our ass, isn't it?
Yep, no worries.
This
What we can
broom's
do
gonna
is
kick
we'll
our
pick
ass.
this little... you're going to get beaten up by a broom.
Broom fight!
Yeah, we'll pick that up next time. And that's this week's episode of the Sunday Sessions. You can email the crew at isolatedcitygaming@gmail.com, follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Isolated City Gaming, and if you like what you hear, tell a friend. We're available across a lot of platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and on YouTube. Just search for Isolated City Gaming or the Sunday Sessions. Catch you out there.